Hey everybody, it's toasterpip. You'll have to forgive the voice, I've got a cold. Anyways, I wanted to show off this mob spawner that I built in the Sanctum Minecraft server. One of my buddies, one of my brother's buddies actually, but I suppose we're friends too. Anyway, this is based heavily on Monkey Farm's Mobs on Demand design. So it is not a passive spawner like the ones I've shown before. So anyways, I'm going to go turn it back to day and I will show you the innards. Okay, when I said show the innards, I meant like the stuff that you can actually really interact with. All this stuff up there is basically sealed. If you want to see how that's built, I'll put a link to the Monkey Farm tutorial. Anyways, this is actually modified from his design a little bit. He used a 2-wide canal, or not a canal, mob dropping shaft with a pusher and a crusher for loot and mobs respectively. I've gone to a fairly simple one that doesn't require any additional redstone. The only major problem with it is sometimes loot will get thrown around, and it just means you have to circle every so often. Some of the other major changes I made were Monkey Farm's design had a lever that you had to flip to turn the wash on and off. What I've got is actually just these buttons, and I'll show you how that all works down here. So the buttons are up there above these cobblestone blocks, and when you press it, it sends a signal into this long delay clock. It's about, I don't know, 10-15 seconds I think. And this T flip-flop, which turns on the signal that goes to the corner pillars to activate the mob wash. I also added in this overflow interrupter because there were instances where people were pushing the buttons before the clock finished, and it was causing issues where it screwed up. And up here, there's actually the indicator light that you might have seen. Anyways, so when you press the button, you can see the overflow interrupter cuts off the redstone from the buttons, and it sends the signal through the clock as well as out to the pillars. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there were some mobs that came down. So it also turns on the indicator light, and I will go up and show that off. Or actually, I should probably show it coming all the way through the clock. So as you can see, all the repeaters in this clock are set to maximum delay just to make it last as long as possible. I'll admit that I'm not the best with redstone. I probably could have figured out some kind of additive clock. I know Monkey Farm has built an additive binary clock for his mob spawner for one of the other contraptions he's got hooked up to it. But this is a T flip-flop design I saw on Minepedia. Before I was just using pistons, and for some reason I couldn't get it to work for this space, but that one works quite well. So as you can see from the 2 tests that I've done, got a zombie. It's not the most productive mob spawner, but it works. It works for what I need it for. So as you can see, this is the indicator light. When the torch is lit, it's going on, and you can. I've found that it's 1 to 3 punches. I've never seen a mob last more than 3 punches after getting down this shaft, and it's also designed to prevent the spawning of Endermen and spiders. And again, that's something that was actually built into the design from Monkey Farm's version. Biggest things to note right here: do not stand right against the pumpkin. I've had issues where when standing right against the pumpkin, skeletons have been able to shoot me, and I've had a creeper blow up, which is why the slabs here are different. I had to rebuild the whole bottom section here and some of the redstone beneath. It was not fun. But I've got it rigged up so that any of these 8 buttons will actually turn on the mob wash. And that's mostly just because you do have to run around the thing every so often when the loot gets thrown out. And it's not doing it right now, it's behaving itself. But as you can see, I've had it up for a week maybe, so it's not the most productive, but I have been pulling some of the stuff out, like arrows and whatnot. And I've gotten enough bows to actually make 3 fully repaired bows, because you gotta combine them. I think it's something like 8 or 10 of them I've gotten now. The ender pearl and the slime balls were from actually fighting out in the world. Got a ton of slime balls in the house there. Swampopolis we call it. Anyways, I think that's about it. Like I said, if you want to see how to build the actual trap part of it, it's in Monkey Farm's video. And the components for the bit down here, they're all stuff that you can find on Minepedia. It's pretty simple. Although the T flip-flop kind of confused me for a bit. Anyways, I'm going to go have a lozenge and lie down. Later.